Please Please Me is a song that I recently revisited because I felt that I was not really getting it right. And it's a study in leading with your left hand for that middle bit. It's the only way to make it sound right. And also it's a great template for the different Ringo ideas. His verse idea, his bridge idea, and just how he solved the pre-chorus with his left hand. And of course we know that Ringo was a lefty playing righty, and to really sound like Ringo you have to adopt that. I don't always, but in this song I did. The part where it goes, come on, come on, come on, come on. To make that work in concert, I would almost screw it up by not doing it, starting with my left hand. So I practiced it, and I realized that it has to go like this. With so here we go. So in real time, it was. It sounds so authentic that way. Also, that great verse groove he had where he played behind the groove slightly with his great shuffle, which is, yeah. And then there was that great bridge in Please Please Me, which was, and I'm playing it slower so everybody can understand it, but it was, suddenly went to a cha-cha beat, which is such a great idea and something I always enjoy playing because I never would have thought to do that. So this track, being an early track, is chock with so many great drum ideas, but you got to think for a second to play it right because you got to start with that left hand for those fills, and I don't always do that. I always loved the way Ringo would play shuffle. It wasn't like anyone else I'd ever heard. You know, I listened to Chicago shuffles and other pop drummers playing shuffles, and it was always a bit more straight ahead and tight, more like a, but case in point, Tell Me Why, Beatles song Tell Me Why, he had a great way of sloshing the cymbals and pulling the groove back slightly, and just making it sound like a beautiful pulse to dance to, obviously because he was a dance drummer. It sounded something like this. Always a beautiful swing and a lot of cymbals, but a lot of quarter note pulse. How about that Ringo hi-hat technique? The way he would always swing his stick, which had a lot to do with the personality of his drumming. It's very different than that. That's what we all do, but here's what he did. Now, I sometimes have to remember to do that because I didn't start that way, and it's not very easy to do that. But when you can adopt that into your Ringo drumming style, or any style, it does give the groove a better swing, or more of a Ringo sound. difficult for me? Well, I dread seeing Help and Tell Me Why on the set list some nights because I'm either singing lead or backing vocals on those, and coming out of that that sort of machine gun fill and getting back to the vocal is always difficult. So I'll practice that before the gig sometimes. Feel comfortable with it, but like on Tell Me Why, you know, you have that bridge. Hey, I'm a bandit. So I'm doing the backing vocal, and then after that fill, I'm coming back with Tell Me Why, but I have to get through that, you know. Now at that point, I'm singing already, you know. And it's just difficult, you know, it's unnerving, but, you know, we have to do it right because, you know, honor the records. And the other one would be on Help, because normally, you know, on the track Ringo's playing that, you know. And I sing lead with Frank on that, and because the record was doubled, so we double it. And then going into that chorus, you know, you have that. So to go right from one vocal to the other after that fill, you know, you got to make sure that you've had a good night's sleep the night before. So you got. And if I'm feeling tired, sometimes I'll go like this. Oh, sheet. But then I'll always get a letter on Monday morning from a fan saying, "Hey, Ringo did that with one hand," and I have to write back and say, you know. Sometimes we make it our own. A great groove from Ringo, but not really from Ringo. It sounds so perfect in My Life, and of course Anna, but Ringo got that groove from Arthur Alexander's drummer from the track Anna. It's a beautiful way to play behind a vocalist, staying out of the vocalist's way, and establishing a really quirky pulse. I think he swings it a bit more than the Arthur Alexander version, and of course In My Life, it really became his. And In My Life is always a fun song to play because of how he juxtaposes this side of the kit to this side of the kit with parts like this. Tomorrow Never Knows is an incredible drum track in that, to my knowledge, it's the first drum loop. Ringo played a bunch of passes and they picked, I guess, the one that pulsed the best bar. Yeah, one bar. And I love the way it lands so perfectly every time. He's so just behind the downbeat on the one and pushes the rest of it, and then one is sort of settling right there. And so when I play it in the Fab Faux, I make sure that I land just a little bit late, but everything else purges forward, so it sounds something like this. Sometimes I'll make it even bigger for our live shows and add more cymbals like this. I felt like there was a lot of cymbal on the track. The overheads were taking a lot of the drum sound, and so acclimate that sound, I just add a crash. But Ringo, I'm almost positive, only played the ride cymbal on that, and it was a loop, and it's a great loop.